Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my week 25 through week 30 pregnancy update. Yes, this has been a big gap since my last pregnancy update at week 24, but life has been crazy and hectic, so I grouped it all together, but keep watching if you want to find out what my current symptoms are. I'm going to start with something I'm not proud of, my weight. I had my pregnancy, first of all, I'm in the 3rd trimester now, and I weighed in last week at week 29 at 176 pounds. And for some of you, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, that's nothing. I weighed over 200 pounds or whatever. But keep in mind that I am a petite person. I am 5'3", and this is really, really heavy for me. I weighed 180 when I gave birth to Hatcher, and I still have 10 more weeks to go. So let's just pray that everything kind of settles and the baby grows, but I do not grow. So that is my weight. At my last appointment, however, I was measuring on time. So last week, the baby was measuring at 29 weeks, which is crazy to think about because I'm so out of breath. It's crazy to think about because my stomach looks way bigger. Yeah, last week at 29 weeks, it looked way bigger than 29 weeks. But however they measure the baby was measuring at exactly 29 weeks. So that's good. The baby's heartbeat was also super strong and she was super active, and it was really sweet to hear her heartbeat. Again, I love when I get to hear her heartbeat. I'll insert a clip here from when I went to the doctor's. And this last week, I went to California. I'm in North Carolina. So I got on a plane and flew 6+ hours to get to California for my sister's wedding. And I literally cannot even tell you the amount of times that, whether they were family members or people who worked at the airport or wherever, I cannot tell you how many times these people made comments about my size. They all were, you know, loving and meant well, but now I'm super insecure about how big my stomach is. Just 2 days ago, I went to Aldi for groceries, and the lady at the checkout stand said, "Girl, you're due tomorrow, right?" And I was like, "No, in March. It's 2 months away." She was like, "Are you serious?" "No." "Really?" Like, couldn't believe it. She goes, wow, your belly's big." I'm like, I know. And every time someone says that, I'm like, okay, you know, I know it's big. It's my 3rd pregnancy, blah, blah, blah. I got bigger faster. And this is just the way my body handles pregnancies. I always get huge for pregnancies. I don't know why, but I do. I'm not one of those people that is super small and has, you know, babies. No, I get big, and the majority of it is in my stomach, with some in my arms and some in my face. But majority is my stomach, and it just gets huge. I don't know why. So I try not to take it personally, especially with family members, because I know they love me. But when strangers say it, I just feel like, you should probably close your mouth and not speak to pregnant people if you're going to say things like that, because it really makes us feel insecure. But anyways, moving on. It's annoying. I'm huge. As you'll see at the end of this video, I will show you my bump. You're going to be surprised too. Nice comments only, please. Also, because of the airplane situation, my feet were dangling, you know, they were low, they weren't elevated, I wasn't doing a lot of moving, and I started to notice some swelling in my hands and my feet. My back started to hurt, and I even thought, oh my gosh, this was on the way home. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going into labor, am I? Like, I had that thought, like, could I be going into labor right now? Because my back hurt so bad. My stomach was having so many Braxton Hicks contractions, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is not good, because I'm 30 weeks at this point and I cannot be delivering a baby in an airplane. But everything went back to normal once I got home and I started moving around and drinking water and all that kind of stuff. So praise the Lord for that. Could you imagine? That would have been crazy. Something else that's new that I discovered in this wonderful pregnancy is I got more blood work done when I took my glucose test. I don't remember if I talked about that in my last video. I'll touch on it real quick in case I did not. I passed the 1-hour glucose test. like super past it. So that's the first time in all 3 of my pregnancies that I passed the 1 hour and didn't have to take the 3 hours. So I am so grateful and thankful for that, because the 3 hour is like the worst and I almost throw up every time. So I'm so happy about that. But my OB took more blood work, because my original OB that I started this pregnancy off with in Arizona never sent over all of my labs. So she just ran all my labs again, and it turns out that my blood platelet count is low. So that's not fun. It was low in my last 2 pregnancies. With Ranger, I had to have a natural birth because of it. And with Hatcher, the day I went into labor, they retested my levels. And I was 1 point above where I needed to be able to get an epidural. So I did get one with Hatcher. But this time around, it's significantly low. So the normal range is 150 to 400, I believe. And my count was at 131. That's 19 points that I needed to, up. And she said, there's really not a whole lot we can do, which I thought was interesting, because some of my other friends who have had low blood platelets ended up on like a steroid and it upped their levels and they were able to get epidurals, but she didn't offer that. So I don't know, a lot could change in the next 10 weeks. So I'm just praying that they go up, because they've fluctuated since 2008, honestly. So I don't really know what's gonna happen with them, but I mean, part of me was wanting to get a natural labor, but then the other part of me wanted the option to get an epidural, because back labor is what I've had with every single baby, and it is so hard. And there's not a tub that I can labor in at this hospital that I'm going to, and I don't know, it's just gonna be brutal. So I'm hoping that they go up just in case, but I'm also, I'm completely preparing myself for the fact that they're not going up and that I am getting a natural birth, and we're just praying that it's not back labor and that I can move around and kind of find positions that help ease the pain. So I've also been having the same amount of back pain as per usual, and SPD, pelvic bone pain or pubic bone pain from the SPD, that certainly hasn't changed, although when was it? 2 days ago, I was walking in the garage. I was carrying, first of all, my belly's so huge so I can't see my feet. And then on top of that, I was carrying 3 reusable bags, Trader Joe's bags. And as I was walking out to bring those to the car, I slipped on another reusable bag that was on the floor that I didn't see. I didn't fall, but I did kind of like a split stance, like a quick stance. And it killed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I did something. I just did something to my pubic bone. So I have a chiropractor appointment next week, I think. Hopefully she'll get that thing back in place, because something's up with that. We also tried something new. This 2 weeks ago, last week, we tried using sports tape, and instead of like a belly band, to help kind of support my stomach and my back and all the things. And I don't think we got long enough sports tape. They're like this big. I think we needed the bigger size. I wasn't there. My husband got it for me, so I didn't know they came in different sizes, honestly. I thought I just cut it myself, but they come in pre-sized slips, I don't know. So when he went to do it, I think we discovered that we needed them to be longer, but as you can see in the video you're watching now, we really attempted to do this right. And I wore them like that all day. And I'm like, I don't know if this is working. I don't really think it is. I need to do like housework to really see the full effect of them, because that's when I feel the most amount of pains, like when I'm vacuuming and mopping and things like that. But then that night I went to take them off, because I'm like, I have my chiropractor appointment tomorrow, and I'm just gonna have her do it for me just in case we did it wrong or whatever. So I took them off. Instantly, I felt pain in my back and pressure in my stomach, and I was like, oh, maybe they were helping. And then of course I forgot to mention them to my chiropractor the next day. So next week I will do that and see if she can help me kind of figure out the best placement for them for my particular situation. But I definitely do think there's something to it and that they work. So hopefully next week we'll get them put on correctly and I will not be in so much pain all the time. Next is my acid reflux. I've been having really bad acid reflux, and it's been happening every single day in the evening, like probably around 7 or so, or no, probably more like 8 or 9 is when I start to feel it. And I have been taking Tums every single day. That seems to help, and I can go to sleep and be fine. But I've been sleeping with like my pillow elevated, which I never do, but I have been because I just feel like I need gravity to help me. But also my OB told me to try Zyrtec. I think it's called Zyrtec. Clearly I haven't done it, but apparently it works. It's pregnancy safe and it works better than Tums. So I might give that a try. And then lastly, let's talk about baby movement. She moves so much, so much. Like I can look at my stomach and see it, you know, doing all the waves and all the things. It's crazy. But one of the things that I have been feeling that I have never felt with my other pregnancies is she like kicks me in my hip bone. Usually it's my right one. I'm like not really sure what positioning she is in at the moment. Hopefully she's head down, but I don't know, it feels so weird. And then something that I have experienced in my last pregnancies is called Lightning Crotch. It's such a fun name. And basically what it feels like is the baby is like taking, you know, their fist and punching their way through my private parts. Like a quick jolt of, whew, what was that kind of feeling? Super weird. And I've felt it before with both my pregnancies, so I know exactly what it is. I'm not alarmed by it, but it's definitely not comfortable and always takes me by surprise. But that's kind of all I have for you. So I spread them out obviously super far because of the fact that life has been crazy. I went to California for a weekend, and honestly, for me to film these, I feel like I have to get ready, aka do my hair and makeup, and I have no energy for it. I'm so tired. So I like have not been putting myself together. So I have been, oh, I'll just put off filming till tomorrow. And then, you know, a month later, here we are. But my mother-in-law got me this new palette from Jaclyn Hill. So I'm like, oh, let me play around with this eyeshadow. That's what I have going on right now. And that encouraged me and inspired me to get ready. So now I can finally film my pregnancy update. But without further ado, let's get to the bump. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, like the video, hit the bell icon so you get notified when I post more videos, and please subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!